What's going on YouTube, man? Today, man, Wack exposes Fat Joe, man, for doing that lady wrong, man, and having pun kids that's in the shelter, man. But I'm gonna let him talk about it. Get into this content though, man. Hit that like and that subscribe. Let's go.
And Clubhouse Shenanigans, Clubhouse Shenanigans is in the, hold on, one mic. Clubhouse Shenanigans is in the room, so this is going on YouTube, man.
Wait, what?
He had said that he gave her $1 million already, right? That she they gave her $1 million already. So the judge said, all right, well, show us where you gave her the $1 million. Couldn't show it. You know what I'm saying? So, and remember, this is just going back those 6 years. They'd have did that whole 20-something years, it would have been what was collected. Whole lot of more money involved. You don't know what licensing deals can happen, pub deals can happen. You don't know what the fuck. Niggas using samples and shit, remixing all that shit, all that's money.
So she damn near got a 10-piece out there.
Yeah, she had like 10 million floating out there. I mean, well, like dude said, we pay him, he's supposed to pay her. He wasn't wrong with that. Unless there was a letter of direction in that said he was supposed to pay them, you know, payment was supposed to come from Joe.
Yeah, go directly to her. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the, you know. And you know, it take a whole lot for a judge to take a motherfucker's portion of a deal from him. Remember, the dude just said that they was at 50-50. And then she never had a choice. She didn't have a choice to take the $2 million to get in the catalog or less money. The judge only allowed her to collect like going 6 or 7 years back when dude couldn't provide the $2 million up from the $4 million that it came in. When he couldn't just cut that check, the judge awarded her the catalog.
So he kept giving him the time to try to at least provide some kind of statement that wasn't altered or anything to give him the opportunity to fucking save himself, and he couldn't do that, huh?
I mean, you can't show it would never happen. You know, they got forensics accountants involved, bro, so you can't go make up no bank statements. They gonna go see where that shit went. What day it was pulled, was it a cashier's check, who was made out to? Was that check deposited into an account? Was it a wire? All that.
So, she was supposed to be getting like $29,000 a month.
What'd you say? Yeah, if you'd have did like the overall, it's down there 20, 30 a month. You know, 7 million.
I just did the math. I just did the math for 20 years. He been gone 22 years. I just did it for 20 years. They damn near owe her $6.9 million.
Down there 7 million. Yeah,
how much,
because
it
was a 50-50. It was 50-50. It was a 50-50 down the middle. You know what I'm saying?
How much is that catalog worth?
There you have it. So that means 14 was collected somewhere around there.
How much you think that catalog worth?
So now she got the whole catalog in its entirety. No strings attached. 100%.
What is that? What is that value, that his catalog?
I mean, think about it. She's able to do movies, TV series. She can license his music out. She can service his music. You know, we gonna remix an album, add Latin artists to the songs. She can score music with movies. So, you know.
Yeah, so she about to re-rock and backdoor the whole bag then.
Yeah, well, that's why I came in at it.
Oh, yeah, that shit.
Because when nobody, every time she went in the door, they act like they was gonna do it, and then all of a sudden, motherfuckers start shying away. You know, when motherfucker want to do something, they only shy away from it for a certain reason. You know, when you got a little say-so in the industry, a little power control, you know. That's how that works.
Wack. This is crazy. Yeah. This is crazy because she was homeless. She was homeless. This woman was homeless going
Ain't
through
no
shit.
she, bro. You just saying she, nigga.
Or her family. Her family.
Her and the kids, pig pun kids. You know? in the shelter, bro.
Why
know
he
what I'm
didn't do
saying?
it for the kids? Why? Like, because the kids, you're absolutely right. It's for the kids. Liza could have done it on with the kids. All four. I think he had 4 kids, huh?
3 or Liza, how many kids you got? She in there. Y'all just don't know what she got. How many
Shout
kids
out
you got in
Liza,
total, Liza? 3 or 4? She in there. She got 3 kids. That quick. She
Let's
is. Y'all
go,
just
man.
don't
Shout
know
out
what
to
she
you,
under.
Liza,
She in
staying
here.
strong for Big Pun. You kept his legacy alive this whole time, Liza. I salute you, man, and your family. Hell yeah. You did that shit.
3 kids. Yeah, she got 3 kids. So, that's a little different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's fuck it. See, here goes the question, right? Fuck it. Let's fuck all this shit. Big Pun kids is homeless in the shelter. What we doing?
That being your man's too. That was your man. That's your man. He wrote your music. That was your dude. Like he the reason you on. We only know Big Pun. We only know Fat Joe because of Big Pun.
Everybody says that Joe had his little thing on, but it didn't get big till Pun. I really wasn't keeping up with it. Far as I know Pun. I remember I don't want to be a player no more and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
And that shit. We was playing that shit out here,
The
nigga.
West
Like
Coast.
It was Ice Cube, nigga. Like it was some Dr. Dre shit.
Yo, that song.
It's always.
I don't play. I just crush a lot. You know what I'm saying?
That's our shit. We bang that shit out here.
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, I'll never forget every nigga. 2:00 in the morning going to cracking the jack. Because that's the only thing the drug dealers could go get it. That was 24 hours when we hustling, nigga. That was always on. Like Then he had the. It's a song. He's Latin. I think he's saying 100 or something in it. That song was big. Pun got some shit, but
it's always funny how like these people like they find you and come to you. Even like the lady that interviewed Hoover. It just seemed like the people that a lot of motherfuckers be running by trying to knock them over the head for their shit, and you really the only one that can stand in the gap and really make the shit connect and make the shit flow.
So, Liza, question. So she's telling me that Jelly Bean still has his 25%. She got 75%. So question, Liza, you control the power of the pen, though. Jelly Bean can't stop nothing. When it comes to the masters and rights and licenses and shit out, that's on you. He just get his cut. Yeah, she says she control everything.
Okay, Jelly Bean. Who's the Jelly Bean? Who, if you don't mind me asking, who is that? That's that was another partner.
Jelly Bean just get paid directly. Liza, who directly is Jelly Bean? I don't want to misquote who he is. And we not talking about the Jelly Bean, the producer from the West Coast. For those of y'all from the West Coast is listening, that's not who we talking about. Who Jelly Bean? Jelly Bean, just somebody that was a partner on Terror Squad side, the TS side, or who was exactly Jelly Bean? Was he an attorney? What kind of company was Jelly Bean? He's a publisher. Yeah. Jelly Jams. That's his company, Jelly Jams. He's a publisher.
Was there reason why they let
he the one worked with Madonna. He did a lot of work with Madonna.
Okay, I thought I heard that name before.
Yeah, he did a lot of work with Madonna. He made Madonna famous. So that's where it is. All Jelly Bean just get paid directly, but he can't stop nothing. He can't approve nothing. He can't do none of that.
But can you ask Liza, who put up that weird ass rumor on Cuban about what was going on? I know that's fucked up that they did that to her family and they had to go through that, but did she know?
It probably was somebody in that camp, but let's just say, fuck it. Let's say the rumor was real, which it wasn't, right? All right, that's cool. They got to do with the kids.
Let's see, like, why would he not take care of the kids at that part? Like, what, like the kids is what it makes most. And I've seen Pun's son do a lot of commercials, like, man, we've been homeless type of thing, And I salute that man because he looks just like his pops. I ain't gonna lie. Little boy looks just like his pops. It's kind of like, damn, like he wouldn't do that shit. I've tripped out like, come on, Joe. We looked at you as better than that, Joe. And then, you know, he did a live this other day. He did a live this morning, Wack.
No, what did he do?
Yeah, he did a live. He did a live this morning on Insta, and he's addressing the motherfucking trolls and the podcasters, but he's not addressing anything. Like, they're mentioning your name in the live. They keep mentioning Wack, keep mentioning Liza, and he doesn't want to say, and he doesn't mention nothing about it.
Joe said, he didn't mention me. I know.
No, he didn't mention shit.
Joe.
He didn't mention you, but he's mentioning the podcasters, the trolls, everybody out here in the social media. He's kind of like going in on social media, but he doesn't mention.
So what happened? Well, I ain't been keeping up with it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up. Real quick. Hold on.
And then he just put a picture of Pun up for the first time, and I don't think.
Yeah, this is weird shit he's doing now.
Shit?
I don't know where all that's coming from. I wonder where all that's coming from all of a sudden.
Like, all of a sudden, he's got RIPs, and then next thing you know, he's gonna get a tattoo on his back of the motherfucking a Pun. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's gonna. I'm gonna pull up this content. He did an interview right now. He was just on live on Instagram, and he did it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Team, if anybody has that one, if you guys can send it in, the live that Fat Joe did this morning. Hell yeah. Because he didn't mention, and they were mentioning your name in the comments. They were mentioning the family's name. They were mentioning a lot of just different things. And he was touching on a lot of things, because if you see him in the whole thing, he's looking at the comments, stopping it, pausing it, reading the comments. He's doing everything that you like, reading the comments. But he doesn't, like, they mention your name. They're like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? And he's not saying nothing about nothing. Hold up, I'm trying to get this link right.
Hey, Beast, I got a link.
I got you guys.
You know how you having the TikTok twerk offs? What were you think invented the shit? And there gotta be some women out there trying to stop that thing, man. It gotta be some women out there trying to stop that documentary, man, because damn. And so, man, that shit going down. It upsets Lakers against John Morant. John Morant got Memphis, Tennessee.
So mind you, Wack. Now mind you, in the comments right here, they're mentioning you. They're mentioning Liza. They're mentioning like why they want him to talk about what to talk about. But he's reading it. You can see he's reading it the whole time. I'm gonna put the link up top. Hold up real quick. Let me put this link up top. He's reading the comments. He's going through that shit, but he's avoiding the questions and he's answering questions though. It's kind of weird. All right, here we go.
You know, the NBA players make $215 million a year. You know they getting searched now with the wand, with the metal detector, and Not no shade on John Morant. I love him. I love his game. I love that he went and got a little help. I love that he's suing the guy who's tarnishing his name. Everything John Morant has been doing is excellent since he got in trouble. But now, right? But now Memphis is saying, oh, we got to search these guys. This shit is crazy. You're in the back of the arena and you got to get searched. It's nuts. It's nuts. And so the Lakers won. The Heat beat the Bucks? Come on, man. Yo, what's the algorithms in the NBA right now? I need to know what's the algorithms in the NBA right now. Ruby Rose, I see you, girl. She lost the clothes out there. We're in Tokyo. What? Who cares, Ruby Rose? Buy some new clothes, smile, have some fun. We can't let these people stop the happiness. You understand? Like Yala says, they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you happy. Live your life. Get some more stuff. You know, they call me my stylist calls me the stylist. Cause she hooked me up and I be fly all the time. But you know, I throw on maybe 80% of my shit, 70. You know, it's me. I love to shop. I love to buy. I'm in Dubai for 2 weeks. What the hell you think I've been doing out here? I got all types of fly shit. I love it. Right? And so he calls me the stylist assassin because I be hitting him with stuff and he be like, yo, boy, how you know this? You be on point. And so it's like, you know, Ruby Rose is like, you know, my stylist, you know, preparing these outfits. Man, just go off the top. In fact, the Japanese denim and all that, that's the flyest thing now. They got the flyest clothes. Go over there and shop. Go. Blow the bag. Change the algorithms. I do. Big. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in LA. Sure sold out. Shout out K-Day. I'm in LA Saturday. Big concert. Big concert. But Saturday night is the fight. There's Tank. That's Ryan Garcia. A lot of people, they don't know. This is the first time Tank has ever fought that people are looking at me in the face saying they don't know. Because the kid Ryan Garcia got hands, super hands. But Tank got that dynamite. Tank got that dynamite. And so you see that one fight where the kid was getting off on Tank? It was like 11 rounds, 12 rounds, and then Tank hit him with the uppercut, knocked him through the whole ropes. See, when you got that dynamite, why they want to keep throwing race into the game? You got a guy. You got Bad Joe, who loves Muslims and loves Jews, loves white people, loves Spanish people, loves Asian people, loves black people. You got a guy. And why you try to filth my soul? Why you try to dirty my soul? Change my DNA? Because I love everyone. But when you keep doing, you throw 840 out the game. You throw the two brothers out the Tennessee politics who's standing up for the kids in the mass shooting. Why you must keep face? This guy's a bad guy. There's no way, it's face, and so it comes up with another guy who later on turns out to be a real cool body, cop diesel little guy. So he comes in my cell. He says, Oye fa. Oye fa. In Spanish, this is way funnier. So he starts to explain to me, oye fa, lo hermano, te querimos mucho lo que tú hiciste con Big Pun y en Nueva York. And so he's telling me about his cousins in New York, and they appreciate what we did for the Latinos in hip hop, being Big Pun, and how he understands that in New York, the blacks and Latinos grew up together. But he said, but here in this jail, the black stick with the black, the Latino stick with the Latino, the white stick with the light. And you gotta pay attention to the words. You know how the Surgeon General, you know, you gotta the fine print, the shit, you gotta look like this. In the conversation, you gotta listen to hear. You have to listen to hear. A lot of people like to talk over each other. You can't hear them if you're not listening. So he says, you know, I protect all the Latinos in here, and all these guys, they my sons. They my sons. And I protect them, and this and this and that. And here in jail, you know, you can't be cool with the blacks and be down with the Latinos. This is jail. It's been racist since, you know, they did a real big number. Y'all, Evie Rivera, they did a big number on the jail system. I don't know, they need to make a documentary on that where it's just total racism in there, which means divide and conquer, right? So he's explaining to me, I only got 4 months, bro, right? I don't have 20 years to follow all this jail code. You know, I had some correctional officer ladies rapping to me. They look like throwing mama off the train. You know, the guy's like, yo, you should take it down for them. No, I shouldn't. I only got 4 months. I don't have 10 years, bro. I'm not gonna throw mama off the train. I'm not gonna do it. I don't need, that's not, but anyway, a sidetrack. So he's telling me how everybody's his son, and he protects sons and this and that. So when he finishes, I said, you finished? He said, yeah. I said, well, they come out this, born again Christians. Bro, I'm doing 4 months, bro. I'm gonna work out and do my thing, right? But I don't need your protection, bro. And so the point is, I respect everyone who respects me. And I respect them the same way. The point is, everyone, it's a humanity thing, bro. This racism, this division, this thing, this is sad. This is sad, and when is it gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? Like, is it ever gonna stop? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? To take people for who they say they are? So if I have a friend, he's white, and he treats me with all the love and respect in the world, and me and his family go on vacations, should I think between the lines and think he's racist? No. He showed me nothing but love and respect. Black people, Latino, Asian, everything. And so that's how I do it. I go by the morals.
That was his live, Wack. That was his. He was getting asked some stupid amount of questions about you, about Liza, just about the whole situation, about the family, and then he didn't want to answer nothing. He steered away from it.
He had some comments to say about you in regards to.
I don't understand that. I mean, shout out to that. Shit's kind of weird that he would just steer away from that conversation. Is it? You think there's a reason why he don't want to dive into it, or he just is like wants to put that behind him now because he lost the Cadillac? I don't understand. Team, I'm looking for you guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think he's just doing it because? And he mentioned his name Pun as far as the guy in jail mentioning Pun, but that really didn't mean shit. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he's still gonna probably try to use that name to get further in what he's doing and try to do different things. I think he's trying to still. How do we say?
If he would have kept it real, they would have looked at him different. So that's why he probably stayed away from it.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that I don't think he wants to be seen in that light. Do you understand, Beast? From he went from where he was to where he is now as Fat Joe. I don't think he wants to be seen in that light.
Yeah, dog ain't dumb, man. He know what to say and what not to say. If you listen to that man, like he walked around everything that should have been said. You know what I mean?
You seen that
Dog
shit?
smart.
He danced around
Dog
that
smart
shit.
as hell, bro. He did that shit. He did that shit smooth to the dumb motherfuckers, but to the motherfuckers that really peep game and listen, bro, he danced good in the motherfucker, bro.
Hey, Beast, it's kind of sort of that, your mother used to always say, you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
What he should have did, bro, I agree. Shouldn't say shit.
I wanna play. I got a little audio. I want to just play. It's Miss Rios, and she's talking, and it kind of breaks down the situation about the money and whatnot. So I just want to hear what she has to say, and just because I really don't know how the whole aspect broke down. So we're gonna listen to Miss Rios and how she breaks it down to us.
Over 200 songs that were subject to that deal between Joe and Jelly Bean, and when Pun died, technically he was due in advance for the album that was coming out for the publishing deal, and they never paid that money over to Liza. One of the confusions and one of the reasons why we want to do the media here is because what happened is that Joe went out claiming that he gave Liza $1 million when Pun died. Wow. Hip Hop Uncensored is to negotiate to get the ownership of the masters, where, right, like I said, it's around 1996, where you can send the notice, but it's 10 years that you still have to wait.
Right, so for me, in the past, when I would contact Sony to find out information and how could I get the Pun situation and payment and what's going on with the royalties, they wouldn't, one day they just told me, basically, we can't give you any information, that Joe was on the account and that he was in control of everything, and that the day that I get him out of the account, that they'll be willing to work with me. So me winning this lawsuit, I'm saying not only did I get the publishing rights and ownership to that, it also put me in a position with Sony where now I get access to the account. I'm dealing direct with them, and so I'm, I'm basically in the right position right now because of that.
Okay, so talk about the nature of the dispute. I heard Ms. Rosario, I think you did an interview on All Hip Hop years ago, and you were talking about Still Not a Player, and that Fat Joe, now correct me if I'm wrong, collected or put down too much for percentage of his split. Like he put too much of the split of the song he was supposed to get on that song and others. Can you break it down to the audience, the nature of the whole dispute, what you guys are claiming that he didn't do?
Okay, so, it wasn't, so what happened with Still Not Hearing the Sample, so, the R&B artist Joe, and there's another sample, I think a Gamble and Huff sample, they took 100% of the writing and publishing on Still Not a Player. There was a small percentage of it that was being paid out to Joe internationally that we captured back in the lawsuit. But that is still, it's a very small portion, and it's still subject to dispute. So that part of it, really, it's not too much we can do about that now, unless a new version of the song comes out and we essentially sample the original to try to get publishing writer share back on that song for Pun, which is, just kind of unbelievable that he doesn't have writer share on that. But nobody was really looking out for his interest back then when all that happened. He wasn't dealing with the labels, Terror Squad was. And I can't say who's actually ultimately to blame, except that the song was released, to my knowledge, without the sample being cleared, and that's pretty much what happened.
To be clear, back when Pun, he was signed to Terror Squad, and then he got signed to Loud Records, and then he initially got signed to Jelly Bean, the publishing. Pun trusted these people full-heartedly, and he went and signed paperwork with no kind of representation. And Pun, there was zero about business or paperwork or legal jargon, so he just sat there with faith, and he just signed things away, not knowing exactly what deal. And the deal that Joe had, he was the administrator of the deal. So any monies or anything that get paid to Pun goes to him first, and he brings Pun off. That's how it was. Pun wasn't getting paid directly. So that became an issue in the future.
So how do you guys come to the conclusion that Fat Joe or Jelly Bean Jams owes Big Pun any royalties, any money? How do you come to that conclusion?
Well, we came to that conclusion mostly on the publishing side, so Still Not a Player or Don't Want to Be a Player is just one of the songs. So there's a catalog of, over 200 songs that were subject to that deal between Joe and Jelly Bean. And when Pun died, technically he was due in advance for the album that was coming out for the publishing deal, and they never paid that money over to Liza. We did an audit as well in the context of the lawsuit to try to determine, the money that was out there, and the audit determined that there was over $2 million in royalties that was unpaid. Now, we don't know who took those royalties, and we've never said anything about that. I think one of the confusions and one of the reasons why we want to do the media here is because what happened is that Joe went out claiming that he gave Liza $1 million when Pun died. Right. So this is really the genesis of this issue about the money in Joe, right? It's not so much that there was an accusation that Joe was stealing money. It's that Joe came out and said he gave $1 million to Liza, and he never gave $1 million to Liza when Pun died. Nobody gave Liza $1 million when Pun died, right? And so in the lawsuit, we asked for proof, although we knew he didn't do it, but when you're in the lawsuit, it's all subject to proof. So we asked for the proof, the checks, the bank statements, whatever it was to prove that he supposedly gave this $1 million. And of course, he did not have any of that proof. So that's why we're here to set the record straight. So Liza has not been going out telling people that Joe was stealing money. And, that's why we wanted to clear all of this up, because that's not what happened.
On my end in the past, when Pun passed away, I came to Joe humbly and asked him, hey, he passed away. How do we go about this? How do we find out about what money is owed? Before Pun passed away, he was asking about his publishing. Where's my royalties? Where's my publishing checks? He was asking for his payment, you know what I'm saying? And he never got paid. You know what I'm saying? So I continued to ask what Pun was asking. That's what he wanted me to do. So, so I asked humbly Joe, like, hey, well, how does this work? Like, let me know, show me, teach me, like, where do I go? And as time went on, he avoided the situation, and then he went on with a narrative about me, and then saying that he gave me $1 million publicly. When he started saying that, I knew that there was something wrong, because I'm like, I know he ain't giving me $1 million. So why are you saying that publicly, that you're giving me $1 million? You know what I'm saying? So, so I knew Pun was supposed to get paid something, whether it was $1, $1 million, whatever it was. I didn't know. I just felt like, he should get what was rightfully his, and the kid should get rightfully what was theirs. So me as a wife who loved my husband, my kids, all I did was go and try to get what was rightfully theirs. That was it. You know what I'm saying? But, it didn't sit right with other people, and, so that was my only thing, just to get what was rightfully his, and I'm just happy that, that I'm in the place that I am today, that we finally got it situated.
Right, so we fast forward to Drink Champs. Fat Joe's on Drink Champs, and obviously they had the conversation about Fat Joe about Nori seeing the contracts, and it wasn't the way they said that. You guys had the back and forth online, and Fat Joe basically saying that, tell him about the money I got you when he died, and spent it. That's the $1 million he was working to.
Yeah, I tell you, he gave me $20,000 in cash one time. I always remember it was right around Christmas. My house was in foreclosure, and he gave me $20,000 in cash. I paid the $11,000 that was in foreclosure on the house that Pun had bought at the time. and the rest I spent on Christmas for the kids. And then I got
Oh, this is
$125,000 for
massive.
endangered species that Sony gave me, not him. That Sony gave me for endangered species, which was supposed to be $150,000 advance, but it came out to $125 because there was a check that was stolen from Sony that I actually went to court, federal court, and testified. But I didn't get any back end for endangered species. Nothing. That's all that I got. He claims that he gave me all the money he got, that he was supposed to get all the money that I was supposed to get, and that the artists didn't get any advances for, I guess, their work, and that he gave me that. That's all lies. And I want him to think that the artists gave up whatever portion they gave up, thinking that it was going to come to me and the family, and I never got that. And then I got $116,000 on the publishing side, right? In 2001, 2002, I got $116,000 that went to Jelly Bean. He gave me that. But while we was in court, I found out that $116,000, it was supposed to be really several hundred and something $1,000 that they were supposed to give in advance. But I only got 116. And throughout the years, they had me in the red. Like they were. Well, we went to the court case and we did the audit. When I went to court, I owe more money. They said I owe $250,000. And Leah was telling them, how did she owe $250,000 when we only got 116? And then eventually, they had me in the red. You know what I'm saying? I was recouping their cost of what they were getting. So it was a mess. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the money. I never got $1 million. I never got anything else. He never gave me a salon. He never, all the things that he said he gave me, he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So, I asked after the court case, after the mediation, when he settled out, Nita was there. Remember when after the court case we came out the mediation room? I sat there with tears in my eyes, and I grabbed his hand and said, "Yo, can we put this under the water?" You know what I'm saying? Can we just lay this to rest? Like, I begged them. I'm like, this should have never came to this situation. You know what I'm saying? So for the sake of hip hop, for the sake of Pun and the fans, for our children, like, let's just put this under the bed and just move forward. You know what I'm saying? And he listened, whatever, but then 2-3 days later, he was on Film Master Flex creating his own narrative. So, it's, and earlier this year, I tried to make peace with him. You know what I'm saying? I had my estate manager, you know what I'm saying, on a 3-way boat with Joe and Nori trying to make peace. You know what I'm saying? But he's been, I try to make peace. I didn't do anything wrong, but get what was rightfully Pun's. And he's in his feelings, and he refuses to make the peace. So I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? I let it go in God's hands. I don't have no bitterness towards this man. I don't hate him. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate him, or I wish him well in all his endeavors. But it's unfortunate that it's like this way. But at the end of the day, I just gotta keep moving forward, and my focus is always been my husband and always been my kids.
Yo, that shout out to Liza Rio. She kept it solid, kept it G. She really tried to just squash it. I want to tell shout out to Liza. I know she's on stage right now, and I appreciate you stopping by the stage and just blessing us with the stage, Liza. I see you up there. So I beamed you up. I mean, you don't have to answer too many questions. We're listening to what's going on, and I respect you as a woman for your family and everything like that, Liza. So stay strong for Pun. We only knew Big Pun on the West Coast. I'm from the West Coast. All we knew was Pun. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. I ain't gonna lie. If you want, I know you up here. Yep. Shout out to Liza, man. Everybody shoot her a follow. She right there. We gonna shoot her a follow. And if she wants to talk to us, she talks to us. Shout out. What up, Stevie? What's good, Stevie?
What's good,
Levels,
y'all?
what's good,
I'm
man?
at the beach, but I'm here for Liza. You already know.
Yeah. Yep. We got Liza in the building too, man. If she wants to talk, she could talk. Like I said, we ain't trying to bombard her with questions. We support Big Pun and his family. You know what I mean? I'm happy that you guys getting your story out. That's just dope as fuck. Man, as you guys see, team, we listened to what happened, broke it down. Really, a lot of people didn't know this shit happened a year ago. So you guys gotta imagine, she's been going through this for a whole year after. So this shit happened. She got awarded everything. That was a year ago. She's still going through all this shit, like probably getting like blackballed in certain areas. But luckily, Wack came through, showed her, helped her, and they're doing things together. They're gonna make this shit come out. They're gonna make the series come out for Big Pun, his family, his son, everybody. Everybody that really supports Big Pun. This shit's for Big Pun's supporters and his family. So, man, I just wanted to present you guys content, let you guys know that she wasn't lying. We had the work. We provided the work. Fat Joe, man, you could have kept it solid. It didn't have to go that far. It did not have to go to where you took it. Years upon years of fighting for this shit. You didn't have to. He didn't have to go there with that shit. You didn't have to do that shit. The lady would have easily settled with some shit if you would have chopped it up with her. You should have just had the conversation. But that happened. This happened after that.
Keep it real.
Keep it gangster, you know.
Beast, how many times we see niggas get knocked off, go to jail, niggas die. The homies that be out there riding they wave don't do shit for them, man. That's fucked up. But
It's
that's
fucked
how that
up.
shit go. And Fat Joe just got exposed to be one of those niggas.
He definitely got exposed for doing that. And he got exposed in the big way by Big Pun's wife. His wife, his kids. They like they had him in motherfucking shelter, the kids in the shelter. Forget about that, and I'm not saying this in no disrespect to her. Forget about the wife. Talk about his kids. This was your man's. You wrote his coattail. He wrote your songs. He showed you everything that you needed to have. He showed you all this shit. And what happened? What'd you do? You fucking let his kids stay in a shelter while you were out there fucking partying on Boca Raton. Where he at right now? He in Dubai right now, chilling out. He in Dubai. Motherfucking Liza and the kids were in a motherfucking homeless shelter. You know? So, I mean, this is the kind of shit that happens, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my homies, I lost a few homies. I still go check on their kids for them. I check on their kids. I mean, because that's what we do as being a homie to the family. You go check on their kids. I know Wack always going to the hood just to check on people that he knows, the kids that he knows that grew up fucked up type of thing. I know he goes back and gives back. So we got to do that. We can't just, if they're hurting, help them, man. Like, that shit's fucked up. I see it as fucked up shit. I don't move like that. I don't move like that. And people I fuck with don't move like that.
And that nigga made millions. That nigga made millions off a pun, man.
I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. The Punisher, you got what you're looking for. Like, we know that's a Cali anthem right there. I ain't gonna lie. We was banging that shit on the West Coast. We was banging that. We was banging tough on that shit. We was banging like, that's an East Coast dude, but we was banging him tough.
And that's a classic everywhere.
You can imagine off that one song what he did off that one song. Levels. What do you like? That's just one. He had a catalog of over 200. He said.
Yeah, he's banging it down south too.
And then you gotta figure, Beast, that's back when there wasn't no streaming and nothing. Motherfuckers was getting they full pull off them songs.
CDs, yep.
It was at that time. It was CDs. You're absolutely CDs were going at that time. 2005. That was CD era. Motherfuckers were getting big money off that shit.
We downloading shit from Napster and shit.
So yeah, man.
I just wanna say and honestly thank everybody that's on this stage, because this is really for the culture, you know. And I really think that, you know, seeing what it really was is very important. You know, I think this shit's gonna change the game. It's gonna ruffle some feathers, but it's gonna really change the game. And I respect all of y'all for being here today. You know, me and Liza, I love Liza to death. And this shit is just one of those things we've been waiting for. So, but let me tell you something, God is so good that God's timing is better than any man's timing. So, let's go.
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to the people that assisted in helping to do this for her. Shout out to everybody here that touched down. I just wanted to bring it to light. I've been having this for a little bit, and I waited. I was like, man, I'm not gonna just go out just yet. And then so